The following is an Ellwood City Sports production.
Two to the right. Quick pass out there to Dom Ho. He gets up to the 50-yard line. He's got blockers down. He goes, makes a man miss. He's got the first down. Does a little wiggle all the way. He's still on his feet. He's at the 10, the 5, touchdown! Hand off to Partridge. Tucks it in the left hand. He's up the left side, and he's going to go all the way. At the 10, the 5, touchdown! 4th and 15. It's all down to this. Back to pass. Give and chase. Throws it out there, and he's hit. He's short of the line again. He's short of the line again.
With the free kick. Nice header by Keystone Oaks. But taken there by Huth.
Shot on net.
And it's a goal!
Puts it up, and down it goes. That's the game! Playoff win for the Wolverines. Inbound to Caleb serving. Yes! It's gone! Shoots it. It's over! The boy is over! The Wolverines win!
Side field, chasing his left fielder. It's going to go all the way out of the ballpark. A home run. Contact there, deep, sending back the center fielder up to the fence line. A base hit there for Luke Raleigh. She will turn and go to third on the triple.
Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we come to you tonight from Helling Stadium, Ellwood City, Pennsylvania, where this section matchup tonight features our Ellwood City Wolverines taking on the Freedom Bulldogs. It's a hot night in September here at Helling Stadium. 80 degrees here at Kickoff, just 13 minutes away. Thad Sturgeon alongside Brad Windhorst and Mr. Dakota Marshall over there on camera. What an exciting week for high school sports, following by a great game if you're an Ellwood City fan, following the big-time victory over Mohawk last week. Brad, your thoughts?
Oh, I tell you what, we were on the call, and it was definitely something to be seen. You had to be there to believe it. What a beautiful pass and a recovery by Tyler Smiley. He got interviewed by the Newcastle News, said he had a rough first half, comes out, makes the play, and we're sitting here with a 1-0 record in section play.
Yes, you are. If you're going to get your first catch of the season of your career, why don't you make it a 41-yard pass play with 16 seconds left remaining from, of course, quarterback Tyler Smiley. Teams coming in tonight, Wolverines with a record of 2-2 after that win last week against Mohawk Warriors 21-15. They won 3 weeks ago against Shenango 21-0. Losing in that first round to a very, very good Laurel team that's getting a lot of coverage right now of being one of them premier teams in that 1A level, 43-14. And then the tough loss to Neshannock, 26-20 3 weeks ago. Taking on a Freedom team, coming in with a record of 3-1. Started off the season losing to Quaker Valley, 38-20. And then after that, they took care of business, Brad. 19-0 against Rochester. They were at Summit Academy and beat them 43-16. And then a New Brighton team that went in there to Freedom last week with a record of 3-0. And Freedom proposed their will upon them, beating them, mercy me, 42-0.
Yeah, unfortunately for New Brighton Lions, their starting quarterback did not start and play in that game, but it's the next man up. And New Brighton, unfortunately, just could not get anything going. I didn't get the exact numbers from that game, but I know New Brighton threw the ball at least 30-some times in that game. It was not pretty for New Brighton, and they're going to go back to the drawing board. On the flip side, if you're Freedom, this T formation, it's bringing back the 1970s, folks. It is the 3-4 yards in the cloud of dust. But, Thad, you went and said it's not 3-4 yards right now. What do we got for the averages?
Them guys are averaging. You got Caden Bailey coming in there, 47 carries for an 8.4 yard average. Mason O'Donnell's carried the ball 21 times for a 5.9 average. And Zach Searing's coming in there. He's carried the ball 38 times for 5.4. So you have 3 running backs carrying the ball about 30% of the time for each of them, averaging more than 5 yards per carry. Not seeing a lot out of the passing game just yet out of the Freedom Bulldogs because they haven't had to.
Yep.
With that. On the flip side, well, little quick history here, Brad. I don't know if you have a thing for that, but you're calling this the Red, White, and Blue Series.
Yes.
And these teams have a little bit of history.
Yes, they do.
The first game they've played was in 1913. A win by Ellwood City, 59-6. They played 4 times there in the 1910s, and all the way throughout the years. I had it written down here, Brad.
Well, there was a highlight.
44 times they've played.
Yep. There was a big highlight in 1919. It's on your screen. That game there, Ellwood City went and scored 72. And I'm kind of hoping that somebody does not have to score 72 tonight, but if we do, it'd be something else to be on the call for tonight's game. But, yeah, and 72 back
I hope
then.
they had the mercy roll in that game.
I'm hoping so, too.
Because it might have been 100-0. And so they played these teams 44 times. 23 times won by Freedom, 21 by Ellwood City. Most recently, last year, Ellwood City, we went down there and handled things quite easily with a 43-3 win over Freedom. The year before that, 34-13. It's kind of been streaky in the last 20 years. Freedom wins 5 or 6 times. Ellwood wins 5 or 6 times. And I think that's sometimes a product of 2A, 3A football, any sports for that matter. Yep. Boy, you get some really good classes to come in there. And this year, last year, it was all Ellwood City.
And talking about this year, preview of the team stats on your screen now. It's been the Bullies. We got the cheerleaders for Freedom. They're dressed up as construction workers. And I think everybody for Freedom on that offense and defense line is going to work. You can see it on your screen. 123 points through those first 4 games. They're averaging 30 and only giving up 13. That's a plus 17. That's a big number. Again, it is Summit Academy. It is New Brighton. It is Rochester. I would say if you're looking at on the paper, Ellwood has had the harder top first 4 games. But it doesn't matter. You line up to play these games, and right now, Freedom is showing 30 points per game. There's a reason why you're 3-1. And Thad, you alluded to it. They don't pass very often, and the numbers are actually fairly close compared to what I was expecting. Almost 1,000 yards for Freedom. Ellwood there at 768, but they do it in different ways. Ellwood a little bit more passing offense, almost 300 yards, whereas Freedom 804 yards. And that Caden Bailey, for his career, he's over 800 yards. He played last year, and you got some names that were bringing back familiarity, like Garrett Judarowski. He's now no longer playing quarterback. It's now Carter Brown, and he was a freshman last year starting that game. Again, it's kind of like Ellwood-esque about 4 or 5 years ago. The freshmen got some playing time last year. All of a sudden, they become sophomores, juniors, and seniors, and it looks like this Bulldog team is for real.
Well, they talked about it in an article in the Beaver County Times earlier this year. Of their 5 offensive linemen, really they lose awesome graduating seniors last year, but 4 of the 5 are basically returning starters.
That's big.
With the exception of the center, who is just a freshman, Jace Leisha, who we'll see him coming in there. And we'll get through it a little bit more as the game progresses, but a lot of meat on that line on both sides, offensively and defensively for Freedom. I know Dakota's got the camera down there. It is cheer night.
Yep.
So I didn't get a count beforehand, but there's usually about 80 to 100 cheer.
We're spanning from the goal line to about the 35. That means about 5 girls per line.
I'd say about 8 girls per line if you do that. So anyway, there's a worldwide shortage of blue bows because they're all on the field here tonight. But cheer night, something they do here at Ellwood City. The varsity cheerleaders do such a fantastic job taking the younger elementary girls under their wing and letting them have that opportunity on a Friday night lights. Ellwood City, Brad, coming in, as we said, a record of 2-2. A big emotional win last week going into that game. Offense Offensively, you have Tyler Smalley out there, who's 26 for 65 so far going into the year, 4 TDs and 6 interceptions. I know he'd like to change that number. Luckily for the Wolverines, those interceptions have not really turned into points.
Yes.
For the opposing. The defense has, I'll say it for lack of a better word, bailed Tyler out in some of them situations. Running back by committee, led by Richard Curitan, 42 carries, averaging 3.9. Anthony Barbario's getting some touches at 3.2. And Julian Frisk is coming in there. A little bit different style running back, a little younger, 27 carries for 3.9 yards. And you got your 2 great wide receivers, the seniors on the team. Daylon Curry coming in, 6 receptions for 68 yards. And Dom Hogue is coming in here with 13 receptions for 112. I think if you were to talk to Daylon and talk to Dom, they're getting the receptions, but they would like them to be a little bit longer, averaging 8.6 and 11.3. That's down from their career numbers, and those yards after catch, haven't seen them this year like maybe we have in the past, and hopefully something will be drew up here tonight to get that a little bit more.
Well, that's kind of where we're headed with the keys to the game. We haven't gotten them up on the screen just yet, but the difference this year, I would say, for offense for Ellwood, the run game has not been the bread and butter. It hasn't been the same like last year, and no one expects it to be, but when you're not running the ball very well, that allows the defense to kind of play up and tight against the wide receivers, kind of jam at the middle of the front of the line. You never know. And on the flip side, that you're going to see, again, we talked about it, you're going to see the T formation, you're going to see running back committee. Folks, when we say Dakota's going to be tight, it's going to be a tight screen. It's going to have a tight end to the left, a tight end to the right. You may not see a wide receiver for more than half of the game tonight from Freedom. I would assume maybe a trick play here and there just to kind of spice things up, but it is fullback, running back, left and right by committee. And on the flip side, because of that, Ellwood's defense is going to have to change. They're going to be switching possibly to a 4-3 defense. And we kind of made this little joke about it. We may see the Dubois brothers tonight. Got a little word, and a little birdie told me that P.J. Dubois may be lined up with Trent Dubois on defense. Again, up the middle is going to be very key for the Wolverines defense tonight. And unfortunately, there's one injury we do have to talk about for Ellwood. Thad, you can kind of announce it real quick.
Tristan Reynolds is out officially. What was it?
MCL, PCL.
Yeah, and that he went down in the game last week.
Know.
And actually on the way home last week, stopped at Sheets, grabbed a drink, grabbed a sandwich, and Tristan and his family was in there, and you could see that he was in obvious discomfort and kind of wait and see, and they kind of found that out of what that is. So we kind of see who's going to be next man up to coin the great Mike Tomlin, that to see who that is, and it'll probably be Patterson stepping up in that role is what we're expecting to see here tonight. Wolverines will be soon coming out onto the field. As I said, on this cheer night.
Looks like number 3, Tyler Amicone, will be carrying the EC flag, and then number 72, Eli Moore, carrying the America flag.
And here they come, folks, down the long runway tonight of cheer. And here's your Ellwood City Wolverines coming into this home matchup. Head coach Dan Bradley with a record of 17-15 as a Wolverine coach in Ellwood City overall in his career, 96-43.
The best thing about the red, white, and blue series, Thad, these two teams may share the white color, but it's real easy to tell the difference. One's blue, one's red.
Yes, yes. And quite frankly, the numbers are relatively easy to easy to read. Here come the captains for the Wolverines. Number 8, Cameron Mills. Senior Daylon Curry, along with senior Dom Hogue. And number 57, senior Drake Davis.
And then for the Bulldogs, it's number 4, Caden Bailey, the running back. We're going to hear his name a lot. Number 10, Garrett Drudarowski. Number 44, Charles Brenkel. And number 66, Eli Cottrill.
So we'll get the ceremonial coin toss out of the way. Stick around, folks. A lot of announcements here as we go through this section game. Ellwood will be receiving the ball. I missed who won the toss, but irregardless, Ellwood City will be receiving to start off this game. So I do appreciate you listening here tonight on the Ellwood City Wolverines YouTube channel. Thad Sturgeon with Brad Windhorst and Dakota Marshall as we find ourselves just seconds, if not a minute or so, away from kickoff. I apologize. I tried to find out who the officials were this evening and don't appear to have a card of that in the press box up here, but we do appreciate them coming out to officiate this game tonight.
Doing the kicking tonight should be number 10, Garrett Drudarowski for the Freedom Bulldogs. And in returning, it's going to be a little bit of a change here. It's going to be number 1 and number 4. It's number 1, Dom Hogue, and number 4, Dom DiNucci back deep. As Daylon Curry's going to be on the sideline here. In the middle, it's Cameron Mills. Garrett Drudarowski, kicking-wise, he kicks pretty deep, so expect us right around that 10 to 20-yard line. It could be even farther than that. It could be to the end zone. He was warming up, kicking some field goals too, so he's got a boot.
Yes, he does, as a senior. And as you see a lot of times in 1, 2, 3, a lot of multi-sport athletes on both sides of the ball here tonight. Here's the run-up and the kick. Squib kick, gonna go down the middle. And good play there by Barbario to jump on that ball. He was, I think, was trying to catch him off guard, and quite honestly, Brad, there was a pretty good gap there. If Drudarowski kicks that ball a little bit softer, I think it goes 10 yards and he gets on it. Alert play there by senior Anthony Barbario to jump on that ball. So nice field position here for the Wolverines to start off at their own 44-yard line.
And it's perfectly placed. Keys of the game, one of them is field position, and here we go for Ellwood right off the bench.
Tyler Smiley in that shotgun, 3 wide outs left, 1 to the right. Gets that screen. There's your yards after catch for Dom Hogue. Makes the first down and more. He's down to the 35. Still on his feet. Down to the 26-yard line. What a play. Dom Hogue, we talked about it in pregame, Brad. Them yards after catch in that beautiful bubble pass, screen pass.
Yep. And it was wide open. The offensive line let the players come through, and Smiley got it off, perfectly placed. Tackle was by number 4, Caden Bailey, but not before a big pickup all the way down to the 26, first down.
And quickly up to the line is Wolverines' Tyler Smiley. Hands off there to Barbario, or Richard Curtin, I beg your pardon, and he gets down to the 20-yard line, a pickup of 6. So 2 plays for the Wolverines. They go from the 44, their own 44, down to the Freedom 20, and we're not 40 seconds into this game, Brad.
Yeah, so that 30-yard pass play to Dom Hogue, and then just like that, Richard Curtin, 6 yards on first down. And I tell you what, Ellwood is doing it right. They're letting the Freedom Bulldogs kind of bring the blitz.
Another thing I like is here you're at 18 seconds on the play clock, and they're already saying there's Smiley trying that bubble pass again. Oh, just a little too tall for intended receiver Jillian Frisk. Timing just got off a little bit on that play, and it's almost like Coach Bradley's just kind of doing the old Olay. Let that offensive line get in there, and we're going to dump it right over your head. That time it falls incomplete. So a ball third and 4 from the 20-yard line, and it's great to be in the press box, folks. I'll get to it in a minute. Tyler hands off to Richard Curtin. He's hit hard at the line of scrimmage, still running to roll his way forward. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, brought down there by number 2, Zach Shiring. So just like that, before you know it, Brad, it's 4th down. They're going to call it 4th and 4. Ball resting right there on the 20-yard line. Wolverines coming in tonight on 4th down. They're 10 of 19, so just shy of, they're 4 of 7, I beg your pardon, on this 4th down. Be a huge stop for Freedom. Middle of a high snap. Taking there, rolls his way forward. He's going to get down.
Just enough from the looks of it.
Depends on the spot. He's down to the 15-yard line, and that's a first down. He needed 4 and got 5, and that was hard running yards there by Richard Curtin to get it down to the 15-yard line.
I believe number 20 on the tackle.
So that would be Ethan Wynn. So far we've seen tackles by Caden Bailey, Mason O'Donnell, and Ethan Wynn, those DBs and linebackers for Freedom.
New set of down for the Wolverines here. First and 10 from the 15. Hand off to Curtin. Got a little bit of the seam, and he's ridden down. Nice tackle. He almost got past number big 72. For the Troy Gorachewski, 6'3", 275 junior, was talking to one of the assistant coaches before the game of Freedom, and he was quick to point out, keep an eye on number 72. He'd be their best lineman on both sides of the ball. Just a junior weighing 275, got the tackle there. Pickup of one, Smiley, handoff. This time ridden down, not much gain there as number 7, Zach Kuntz, was in there for the stop. Trying the left side that time was the Wolverines. Really going to give them no gain on the play. As we're approaching the 9-minute mark here, 3rd and 8, Wolverines, 11 of 40 on third downs, just sitting there a little over 20%, 25%. Smiley back to pass on the third down. He's got some time. Surveys. Throws it down. Oh! Just out of the outstretched arms of DeLon Curie. He had the step coming across the back of the end zone.
Yes, he did.
And just a little bit too far out of his reach.
And it was a perfect route. DeLon goes to the corner, spins back inside. He had the inside leverage, just a foot in front.
Smiley had the time that time. So the second time on this drive, the Wolverines find themselves on 4th down. It's 4th down and 8. Ball on the 13-yard line. Wolverines 0 for 2 on third downs. They're 1 for 1 on 4th down. Can they make it 2 for 2? 4th and 8, ball on the 13. Smiley back to pass. Surveys. Got room to run down that right side. Looking for somebody to throw to. Stop. Oh, they're going to be. It sends off a tackler. Goes down. Oh, he's going to be just short as number 2, Zach Shiring, was there to take down Smiley. Ball over on downs.
Yeah, and that lane opened up, and it quickly filled by Zach Kuntz, and then all of a sudden, Tyler breaks that tackle, looks like he's got a lane, and unfortunately the speed from Zach Shearing just comes in, spears him down, and gets the 4th down turnover on downs.
So an impressive drive that comes up empty for the Wolverines. Ball over on downs. Freedom now with that ball. There's a pitch out to number 4. Up the right side he goes. He's got one man to beat. He's at the 30, the 35, the 40. Puts on the brakes, and he's thrown out of bounds all the way at the 47-yard line by Dom Hogue. Wow, about a 39-yard gain around that right side for Caden Bailey. He came in averaging 8.4 yards per carry. They must have said he went out of bounds back around the 45.
That's a big pickup of 36 yards on first down.
Nonetheless, a huge run.
Yeah.
For Caden Bailey. Everything in tight for Freedom. Hand off to Bailey this time. Gets gobbled up in the backfield. Colton Golo. Nothing that time. He lost 2. Did Bailey. Colton came off that line like a house of fire to get the stop. Now 2nd and about 12, I'm going to call it. Yes, from the 43.
That's tough. Your average goes from 36 to 17 just like that one play. 17, still good, though.
Yeah, it is. They'll take that all night. Back to pass. Don't see it. Go on and go. He got his man wide open. Oh, just out of the outstretched arms of number 10, Garrett Jutarski. Comes up limping a little bit as he gave, and he was wide open.
Yep.
He had about 5 yards.
And we said it, every once in a while you're going to see a wrinkle of a pass by number 6, Carter Brown. It kind of like Tyler on the first drive, just a foot or 2 in front. That could have been big.
Yes. So that's 2 times now, one for each team, that the big play was just, you talk about being a game of inches, and you saw it right there. That time, Carter Brown went to the sidelines, 10 on the play clock. He's under center on his 3rd and 12. There's a handoff to number 26, and he does not get much about back to the original line of scrimmage, was Mason O'Donnell.
Number 8, Mills with the tackle.
So credit Mills with that 3rd down stop. So for the first time tonight, Freedom finds himself in 4th down, and it's 4th and 9. Appears to be the punt unit coming on. So a nice stop for the Wolverines after giving up the 34-yard
34-yard play.
Run. And then
kind of even after that.
Yep, took him backwards. Now back to receive is Dom Hogue. The punt from Jutarski.
Yeah, you're right. I said Drew Dorowski. They almost
got to it.
Gonna let it bounce
it's
here.
It's going to take a freedom bounce about to the, going to mark him out at the 13-yard line. So a 41-yard punt for Jutarski.
Yep.
Jutarowski. I beg your pardon. So the Wolverines now with their second drive. First drive was impressive, but should be a whole lot more impressed if they would have got it into the end zone.
Yeah, by both teams. Both teams had a big splash play, but after that, kind of held in check.
So here's Smiley, 1st and 10, ball on the 18-yard line. Back to pass. Throws, it's tipped. Big got his mitts up there. Number 70 for freedom. Was able to tip that ball.
Yep, that's Kyle Spiker. Gets the pass broken up there. So, what a field position change here. We went from 8-yard line, and now Ellwood's back in their own red zone here. You got to get something positive. You don't want to be kicking with the short field.
Yes, you do. And I need to get this out of the way quick. Huge thank you to Denise Roth.
Yes.
She brought treats for us guys in the press box, so thank you, Denise. On air, I didn't get to say hello, but there's a handoff. Richard Curtin up that left side. Going to get all the way out to the 30-yard line. That's a first down. Taken down there by number 20, Ethan Wynn. But not after, we're going to call it a 12-yard 13-yard gain as Curtin got it out there to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, and give credit to that offensive line. They got the pulled guard from the right side. That's Vinny Curry coming over, and good seal block.
He's playing some great balls, Vinny Curry on that line. There's a handoff once again.
There it is again. Yep.
Blockers is Curtin. Ridden down from behind by big number 72.
And this time this time pulling was actually Craig Patterson through. So that right guard position, Craig Patterson actually making things happen.
So pick up a 5 on the play, and I think if you're Coach Bradley, you like seeing them 4 to 6 yards on first down.
Well, Thad, if we get 30 more yards, I know this is thinking about the future, this may be the first time we get 100 yards in the first quarter alone. We're at 70 already for Ellwood.
Still a 0 on the scoreboard.
Yep, the one that counts.
Now on this 2nd and 5, Smiley, handoff there to Curtin, sheds off a block. A fumble on the play, goes, and it's going to be covered there. You'd rather be lucky than good. As Dom Hogue was there to get that ball as Richard Curtin was getting tackled. It looked like Curtin was going to shed that one block, but a good defensive play to knock the ball out. And they're going to mark the ball.
That wasn't third down, so the ball can advance. So,
that's going to be enough for a Wolverine first down because the ball came forward probably about 5 yards, Brad.
Yep.
And the alertness of senior Dom Hogue was there to jump on that ball. So 1st and 10, ball on the 46. Smiley throws it out there, finds his man, number 4, Tyler, as Dom DiNucci took a hard hit. Tackled there by number 4, Caden Bailey. You're going to see a lot of players on both teams playing both sides of the ball. But a nice pickup of 8 yards there on pickup. First down. And good to see Tyler get that pass completed to try to get some rhythm in his passing game.
It's all about the confidence, and so far Ellwood looking pretty good. Again, still 0 up on that board, but they are moving the ball.
Yep, 2nd and 3, 5 minutes, a little bit more here. There's Smiley. Almost loses it, but grabs the ball, making something out of nothing. Oh, he's going to get decked and taken down. That just had problems all the way around as Tyler was not able to get the center exchange from the kind of fumbled the ball in his hands, tried to reset his feet, got a 5-yard loss on the play.
Yep, that sack was by number 42, Braden Reynolds. Again, more of a bad snap, bad hold there by Smiley, but that's big now.
For a minute there, I thought he was going to get himself out of it, but he just could not get his feet set.
I think he was still technically in the pocket there, so smart not to just throw it away and get the possible grounding.
3rd down, Wolverines 0 for 2 on 3rd down tonight. Smiley goes back to back. Got a man
deep
down there.
He's got him.
10,
5, touchdown!
53 yards. Tyler Smiley to senior Dom Hogue. Count it, folks. Dom got behind the defense, and Smiley put it up there, and he made it look easy, did Dom Hogue.
53-yard pass play.
So what a huge play there for the
fumbled
Wolverines
snap,
offense.
You take the sack, 53 yards. That's a way to come
back. It's a weird
back.
sequence of how things happened there. Now Aiden Huth on for the extra point. Awaits the snap.
Flag.
Yep, we got a flag. It's up and it's good, but there is a flag.
Yes, there is. Maybe
I
somebody
think it's
got a little excited there.
It's against Freedom.
Encroachment against Freedom.
And it looks like we're going to Coach Bradley wanted to assess it on the kickoff, and the official said, no, that's not how that works.
On the encroachment, the play is blown dead. Dom Hogue, his second touchdown as a senior, his 7th in his high school career. So we're going to line up and do it again, move it a yard closer for Aiden Huth. Gets the snap from Patterson. And that kick is honey mustard. It's good. Wolverines with the lead, 7-0 with 4:12 remaining. We'll be right back, folks. Welcome back, folks. 7-0 in favor of the Wolverines. 87-yard drive capped off by the 53-yard pass from Tyler Smiley to Dom Hogue for the touchdown. And here we are kicking off. Who's high end-over-end kick, taken there, fumbled, and jumping on it alertly at about the 29-yard line. We'll wait to see who got it.
Give me
it appears Freedom was there as Riley Henley caught that ball, and I think that was a product of looking to see if you were going to get hit and take off with the ball before you had that ball secured. Lucky for the Bulldogs, Henley was able to jump on that ball. So 29-yard line start for the Bulldogs, their second possession of the night. Carter Brown, the sophomore, coming in as your quarterback. Got two wide outs left. Don't always see that. Bailey to his left. As Carter Brown wants to go around that left side. Got a little running room. Drops the head down and gets positive yardage on the play as DeLon Curie was there for him to bowl over and get him stopped. But a nice pickup for Carter Brown of about 7 yards to bring up a 2nd down and 3, ball on the 36-yard line.
Yeah, he is reaching down at that left knee there a little bit. I wonder if the pad just shifted up, but it's neat. It's a neat play. Stretch everybody out and then just run the ball with the quarterback.
Yep, and there he is, 2 wide out, short side to left. This time handoff to number 4. Oh, hit hard, but bounces way forward. He's initially hit by Tyler Smiley, but he got pinballed forward 3.5 yards, needed 3 or 4 to get the first down, and they're moving the sticks as Caden Bailey picks up the first down for Freedom. Their second first down of the night to my recollection. Going to bring up a 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Spreading them out again, Brad. Under center this time. Handoff there to number 2. Shifts around there. Gets pinballed down pretty quick. Did Zach Shiring.
Number
looked
9.
like Colton Gulo.
Yep.
I was going to say that right off the bat. Had to, and a nice pickup of 3 there for Shiring. Now on this 2nd and 7. Something a little bit different. You remember the last couple years, Brad, Freedom, they would get in that set position and then look to the sidelines to get to play. This year, everything in tight. Hand off to Shiring.
Cameron Mills.
Fumble.
A fumble, too. Oh, they're going to say he's down.
Yeah, they're going to say he was down.
I tell you what,
Was
Cameron
that Mills that put the lick
yes,
on
it
him?
Was. Yes, it was.
Shiring went around that left side and get the maple syrup. We had pancakes on the field after that hit by, wow.
He read that one real well.
By Mills. So 3rd down for the Bulldogs.
So far, Ellwood 1 of 3, 1 of 2, and for the Bulldogs 0 for 1 so far on 3rd down. Play clock down to 10 seconds. Maybe have to take a timeout.
I think they're going to have to take
official timeout.
Oh, you weren't kidding. It is official timeout. Oh, check
No,
that.
yep.
Now it's freedom.
Now they call it timeout. Hey, folks, I don't know what you got planned next Saturday, but you need to head down to Main Street, Ellwood City, because the Chamber of Commerce is having their car cruise from 11 to 5. Going to be 500-600 cars there. They got food trucks. They're going to have a petting zoo for crying out loud. You don't want to miss that. It's the car cruise, September 27th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Then hang out there, get filled up on food, see all the 500-600 cars that'll be on Main Street, and then head over to the Sons of Italy for the Cash Bash by the Lincoln High School football boosters. You can get tickets ahead of time. Check out Ben Moore Facebook page, Ellwood City Boosters. $30 gets you in the door. Going to have all kind of fun things, plenty of food there and drink, and $7,500 in prizes. Grand prize is $4,000. If you're not present and you win that Cash Bash, you can get up to $3,000. So next Saturday, folks, if you're from out of town, spread the word. A fun day on Main Street, Ellwood City. Support all the shops, support the boosters, get it all. 3rd and 7, ball on the 43-yard line. Carter Brown in the shotgun. Sidecar to his right. Back to pass. Finds his man, number 4. Nice pass and a better catch by Caden Bailey. He needed 7, got about 10 for the first down. I don't understand. As the play finished, everyone was kind of standing around looking at each other with their teeth in their mouth, wondering what to do next. Did I miss something?
No, I'm there with you. It's kind of weird how everybody just like, okay, he's down, and we're moving.
Yeah, so either way, it's a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. They converting on that 3rd and 7.
First time Freedom in Ellwood territory.
There's a handoff. And the speedy Caden Bailey falls his way forward for a nice pickup on that first down. Tackle there by number 4, Dom Danucci. So going to bring up a 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs. As you said, they find themselves in Ellwood City territory for the first time tonight. 51 seconds. Man, you look up there, you can't believe this first quarter.
Yeah, not even a 30-minute first quarter. It's going pretty fast.
Yes, it is. So sends a man in motion. Back to pass. Tries the screen, finds his man. Number 7. Zigs and zags. Up the sidelines he goes. He can be taken out of bounds all the way down at about the 32-yard line. But a nice pass to Zach Kuntz, his 5th reception on the year. He's been averaging 10.5 coming into the season.
Yeah, Tyler Smiley read that one. Unfortunately, it was just a step behind. He could have possibly reached out there, deflected it. But either way, Zach Kuntz right up the middle of the left side line there gets the first down.
10 seconds on the game clock. Freedom on this 1st and 10 ball in the 32. There's a handoff, trying the outside, spinning around there. Oh, big-time hit. Good gravy. Declan O'Brien hit Zach Shiring behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of about 5 yards. As Declan stands there, his 4th tackle for a loss. Let's take a timeout, folks. Welcome back, folks, as we start this second quarter of play. 7-0 in favor of the Ellwood City Wolverines. Over 200 yards of offense in that first half. 132 for the Wolverines, 72 for Freedom. After the big-time hit there by Declan O'Brien with a 4-yard loss, brings up a 2nd and 14 ball on the Freedom 36-yard line.
So far this drive, 8 plays, 35 yards for Freedom.
Here we have Brown on the keeper, trying to go around that left side. Finds 3 blue shirts there and going to be tackled. Just say he was inbounds. Didn't get much on that play as number 7 was in there to get him stopped. Anthony Barbario, and he had some help from some other guys in the blue shirts.
So it looks like maybe a gain of 1. So that sets up that another 3rd down here, 3rd and 13 behind the sticks.
So right now you got Declan O'Brien, P.J. Du Bois, and Patterson on that front line of the Wolverines, with Gulo in there at linebacker. Dom Hogue floating around there too, and Barbario. 3rd and 13. Back to pass. Can't find anybody open. Running around is Brown. Giving chase. Up the right side. Hit hard. Short of the line again. I'm not sure who hit him, but
it was number 4, I believe. I think that was Dom DiNucci. Made his way over there.
But a nice pickup on that 3rd and 13. Going to give him about 11 yards. Going to bring up a 4th down and 2 from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, this is a big down here for both teams. Ellwood can get Freedom off the field once again, and for Freedom, you're down 7-0. It's still early, plenty of time to play in this game, but you kind of want to finish off this drive. Now 10 plays, 47 yards.
Freedom 0 for 1, I do believe, on 4th down so far tonight.
Technically 0 for 0 because they punted, but
same
difference.
That was
same
3rd
difference.
Down. Handoff. Number 4 zigs his way through. He's going to get the 1st down and a little bit more. Nice hard run in there by Caden Bailey. Taken down once again by Dom DiNucci. And he kind of was able to weave his way through there to get her down to
it's like officially the
19-yard line.
Yep. So pick up a 5 in the 1st down. Once again, Freedom in the red zone here, looking to do something, maybe tie this game up early second quarter.
So Brown under center, hands off to number 2 as Shiring bowls his way forward for about 3. As a host of Wolverines was there to stop him. Brian and Barbario in there to get some credit for that tackle. So pickup of 3, going to bring up a 2nd and 7. Ball on the 16-yard line. So Carter Brown under center. This time goes back to pass. Got a man down there trying to corner the end zone. Got his man. Touchdown. Freedom to Caden Bailey, number 4. From Brown to Bailey, 16 yards.
There is a flag, though, folks.
Oh, we have a developing situation.
Oh, boy.
There's a flag in the backfield all the way back at about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, and it was on that right side there of the offensive line. It looks like it's going to be a hold, so it looks like this one's going to come back.
Boy, I like that play development. And we'll wait for the call.
Oh,
Personal
no.
foul.
They're going to say roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer.
Wow.
I was letting you talk, Brad, but
Okay.
where the flag was, it was pretty deep to have a holding.
And it looks like because that's a personal foul, it'll be assessed on the kickoff.
Yes, it will. So the 16-yard pass play, was it, Brad? From Brown to Bailey. Here's the kick. And that is good by Grant Jutorowski. We're all tied up here, 7-7, 9:54 remaining in the second quarter. Welcome back, folks, after that scoring drive of Freedom, capped off by the 16-yard pass play. Here's the run-up and the kick after the personal foul, and that is going to go into the end zone for the automatic touchback. Wolverines will be starting their third drive on offense of the evening. So far, scoring pass plays. We thought we'd see a lot of running by Freedom, but the 53-yard pass play from Smiley to Dom Hogue in that first quarter, and then here in the second quarter at the 9:54 mark, Brown to Bailey, 16-yard, nice pass play for the touchdown. Wolverines set up shop at the 20-yard line as Smiley's in that shotgun. Hands it off there. And making a man miss, rolling his way forward, up to the middle he goes. Helmet comes off of somebody, but Richard Curtin says, we're going to keep running. And he gets it all the way out to about the 35-yard line. A nice 15-yard pickup by Curtin. Somebody in a white shirt almost ankle tackled him at about the 2-yard line. I think we have just a clock issue here. They want to put some more time back on it.
Yep. Just had to wait for the player to get off the field
with the helmet.
With the helmet issue. A pickup of 16 officially to 36.
So nice run in there by Curtin. A nice hole for him to run in beside that right side of the line. Here's Smiley. 2 wide outs to the right, 2 to the left. Smiley back to pass. Surveys. Running out of time. Get flushed out of the pocket. Looks downfield. Get inside to run it. Makes a man miss. Oh, taken down from behind by a nice play by Shiring to take Smiley down. He saved his Bulldogs about 10 yards because Smiley didn't have anybody else in front of him. So pickup of 8. Going to bring up now a second down and 2. Ball on the 44-yard line.
I'll tell you what, looking across the field, what a good crowd by Freedom tonight.
For sure.
Wow.
Not that far to go. Almost neighboring school districts.
That's true.
Through the
valleys.
If you know the back roads, it's neighboring. 2nd and 2. Smiley back. Throws it out there. Dangerous. Oh, pass to Dom Hogue. And who was that? That number 44 in there. Charles Brenkel. That play just took too long to develop. That's a good pass play to get picked off.
Yeah, it'll be a loss of 2.
Yeah.
So it'll be 3rd and 4 now for Ellwood. Nice to see both teams way over 100 yards of offense. Ellwood 19 plays, 156. Freedom 17 for 108. A lot of yards, just 7-7 though, with about 8 minutes left in this first half.
For sure. 3rd and 4. Big third down play here for the Wolverines. There's a handoff to Curtin, trying to bounce it out, and a nice takedown there by number 26, Mason O'Donnell, limiting that gain. He did pick up a couple yards. Really, it's going to give him about a yard, so it's going to bring up a 4th down, and I'll call it a short 4 or a long 3.
And they're lining up
to go for it. Big 4th down play here. 3 wideouts to the right, to the left, 1 to the right. Back to pass to Smiley. Throws it out there. Got Dom Hogue. He's got the 1st down and more. Makes a man miss. Jigs and zags his way down to the 42-yard line as number 4, Caden Bailey, was there to slow him down. Yards after catch for Dom Hogue.
Yep. Officially a 15-yard pickup and a 1st down for the Wolverines.
On a 4th down play.
That's big. That's been a couple this year.
Oh yeah, I was just going to reference we had a 4th and 16 last week and scored the game-winning touchdown on it. So a nice pickup for Dom Hogue. He's having a nice night so far with a couple receptions. 1st and 10, ball on the 42. There's a handoff.
Big hole.
Daggum, as Frisk kind of got pinballed around a little bit.
Kind of tripped over his own feet. Yeah.
On the gain.
And it was open.
He had some room going down that right side.
I tell you what, give credit to the left guard, right guard pulling for Ellwood City. Craig Patterson, and I believe, who's left guard there for Ellwood? I think that's Nick Condell sliding over. Between the two of them, whenever they pull this guard, folks, it is a 4-foot, 5-foot hole. You and I, Thad, can walk right through it.
Yep, on this 2nd and 9 by the Wolverines. Smiley handoff. And to Frisk, and second effort's going to get a little bit, but big number 72, Joy Gorajewski, was ankle tackled him and got him down, holding that to about a 2-yard gain. So going to bring up a 3rd, and we're going to call it 6 for the Wolverines. Wolverines changing some personnel here. Don't forget, folks, cheer night. About 80 to 90 cheerleaders, all ages, to enjoy this great game we got so far. Here's Tyler Smiley. Throws it out there. And nice catch by Dom Hogue. He's going to get pinballed around for not much of a gain on that play. I'm not really sure how Dom was able to reach out there and catch that ball, as number 20 was there, Ethan Wynn, to limit that gain. So here we are once again, Brad. Another 4th down for the Wolverines. Ball on the 36-yard line.
And unfortunately, Tyler there threw the ball about 20-some yards, just to pick up 2. So a manageable 4th and 4, and so far Ellwood 2 for 2. But
and one of them 4th downs, that 2 for 2, the one they didn't get, was inside the 15-yard line.
Yep.
Those are the ones that really haunt you. 5 minutes remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Tyler Smiley, 7-7 ball game, 4th and 4, back to pass, surveys, tries to get it out of there, throws it, and throws it out of bounds to the sidelines. He just had nobody to throw it to. Great coverage downfield by the Freedom Bulldogs defense. Another ball over on downs for the Wolverines. All teams have, Ellwood City has 3 timeouts remaining. Freedom has 2. They'll take over offense now. Ball on just inside the 36-yard line. And one of them timeouts is going to get used right now by the Ellwood City Wolverines.
And that's just the product of the big package for Freedom. Again, Wolverines defense is going to sub for that for a 4-3 defense. But then if Freedom comes out with 2 wide receivers, if you're Ellwood, you want to sub out. So when you see a package like that, you may have to take a timeout, which they did.
Hey, Brad, I want to make an announcement here. September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And tonight, along with our local Club Hope Foundation, the Riverside and Ellwood City School Districts will be coming together to bring gold to their stadiums. Our town is currently 2 young children fighting the battle of cancer, and we will be showing our support this evening with students coming around to collect donations for 2-year-old Amara Mason and 3rd grader Tucker Bertner. Tucker and Amara, you are in our prayers, and your whole community is fighting with you. please consider donating to help these little warriors and their families. There's also a booth near the snack shack selling gold items and painted gold ribbons. If you would like to donate to the children in this way, please do. Thank you for all your support. As we have here, Club Hope, what an awesome foundation. There's a handoff and a flag comes in. They're going to have a delay or a false start. Actually, that's like the second penalty of the game.
Yeah, we haven't had too many. One was on a touchdown play, so it's a false start against Freedom. Then I'll back them up 5. And again, you don't want. It's one of our keys of the game was about flags and penalties starting behind the sticks. This is something you don't want to have if you are Freedom.
Also, the football boosters tonight, the 50-50 is going to Club Hope Foundation and the families involved with that. So
awesome.
We certainly want to continue them in our prayers. And our good friend Perry Malcolm, if you're at the game here tonight listening, there's crosses that they have donated that they're putting up for, I'll get to it in a minute. There's a handoff. Up the middle he goes, and a nice pickup to get that penalty yardage back was Zach Shiring. Picked up about 6 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9. 4:27. No need for Freedom to hurry right now.
Yep, that tackle was by number 3, Tyler Amicone.
On this 2nd and 9. There's a handoff to Bailey. Kind of zigged and zagged. He's usually more of a straightforward runner, but he kind of waited for a hole to develop, and it really didn't.
Drake Davis with the tackle.
So pickup of maybe 2. So a big 3rd down here for Freedom.
Yeah, and that's where those 5 yards kind of hurt you because it could have been 3rd down and 4. Now it's 3rd and 9, and you could play 2-down territory, but it makes you feel like you may have to throw the ball.
Kind of dangerous. I think if you're Freedom, boy, you just want to keep possession.
Yes.
3:30 remaining, and if you got to punt the ball away here, you give Tyler Smiley and his offense some ample time to get something done. This time back to pass. Throws it out there.
Big tackle. Nope. Slips out of it.
Goes around. Oh, great pursuit.
Nice pursuit.
And a huge hit there.
Mills
when you say
and
huge hit.
Gullo
and Mills.
Awesome.
And
give credit, though, to Declan O'Brien with the pursuit. The initial tackle, he didn't get the tackle officially in the scorebook, but kind of stopped that one in its tracks.
Well, and he gave his friends in blue shirts
yes.
time to get pursuit. And that's one thing I'll say about the Wolverines defense tonight is their pursuit to the ball. First couple games, there was maybe some question about that.
Missed tackles.
Maybe talked about. Here's the punt.
Returnable.
Called for the fair catch
like
wisely.
Yep.
At the 28-yard line by Dom Hogue. So that ball went from the 39 to the 29.
It's about a 32-yard punt there by Drew Dorosky, but that'll set up Ellwood. 2 timeouts, 2:42 remaining in the first half. Both teams have been able to move the ball. It just hasn't led to points. We'll see if Ellwood can do that here right before halftime. Again, they did receive the ball first, so Freedom will get the ball in the second half.
Stick around, folks, for halftime. Of course, we'll have the Freedom Bulldog Band and the Pride of Ellwood City Marching Blue Band. And Brad will be getting the stats all calculated and out-of-town scores. A lot of good games tonight. And I thought this would be one of the best games of the night, and I think it's folding out to be that way. Smiley, handoff there to Curtin. Oh, he got a wall in front of him,
yes,
and he followed it for 6 yards, maybe 7. As he gets up there, as number 26 gets up from the bottom of the pile, Mason O'Donnell. And I'm going to give him 8 yards on that play, Brad. 2nd and 2, well, 2nd and 3. Smiley now, 2:19 remaining. Handoff once again, trying that left side this time.
Barbario.
Falls his way forward to get a first down by Barbario. Kind of made something out of nothing. I thought he was going to get decked in the backfield, but just kept them legs a churning, did the beefy Barbario. And that's enough for a Wolverine first down, ball on the 41-yard line. What's nice is Brad, they got that first down. It didn't take much time off the clock. This time Smiley hands off to Curtin. Follows his way. Up the middle he goes. He's going to be down to the 45-yard line. His number 14, Riley Henley, was there to slow him down. But, Brad, I don't think he got touched for 7 yards.
No, he didn't. And I think now Dakota, Thad, and myself could fit through that hole. Wow, was that wide.
Well,
I know.
It's
pushing it. It's pushing it.
So it might have closed a little quicker. There's a handoff to Curtin. Once again, he tries the left side. Gets a man to beat. He does. Goes his way forward. I love how these running backs for the Wolverines right now, when they're going down, they're leaning forward, and they're getting 4 more yards as Curtin on that first down. $1:29 remaining.
Another 7-yard gain.
Yep,
wow.
I missed the tackle there, Brad.
I think it was number 20, Ethan Wynn, but on that far side.
1:20 remaining here. Wolverines 2 timeouts, remember. A little bit of a high snap. There's Curtin. Up the middle he goes. No, that's Frisk.
Yep.
Frisk is going to get enough for the first down. Move the sticks. The Wolverines methodically starting. They started this drive on the 39-yard line. As number 42 gets that tackle, Braden Reynolds. And I think Coach Browdy now wants that timeout.
I like that.
He's going to use
Bulldogs.
it.
Oh, the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs did.
Yeah.
Hey, and I don't blame him for that, because right now
No.
the Wolverines are just handing the ball off and getting 8 yards about every time. And I think more importantly, they're just not getting any the Bulldogs defense. There's no push from them as the push from the Wolverines front line.
Wow. So far, Ellwood.
Of Reynolds, Vinnie Curie, Eli Moore, Nick Condell, and Drake Davis are moving that line backwards for the running backs to go. Go ahead, Brad.
Yep, Ellwood, 20 plays running-wise, 20 rushing plays, 115 yards rushing. It feels like it's more, but then you throw in the passing. Ellwood, 30 plays, 220 so far in this first half. Again, though, just 7-7. And if you're Freedom, you take this time out because you know you're going to get the ball back to start the second half. You don't want to fall behind.
I think you take the time out
just to
stop the bleeding.
Yep.
Because the Wolverines, not really, I won't say a hurry-up offense, but they're hurrying.
If you're Ellwood, we'll take that timeout, and that stops the clock for us.
Yep. On a 1st and 10, ball on the 29-yard line. Tyler Smiley in shotgun, wide out left and right. Goes back to pass. Surveys. Got some time. Ooh, that's not what you wanted to do. As he gets sacked. As big number 51 gets in there. It's a Sean Williams for a big-time loss.
That's what you cannot have.
Nope. And credit to Smiley. Williams came out of nowhere to make that stop.
Yeah, and it'll be a timeout now by Ellwood. So, well.
56 seconds remaining. It's going to bring up a 2nd and about 19.
Yeah,
they're
I got
wanting the
officially
clock
18.
change.
Yep. So it looks like they'll officially put up 101.
Or get to 1.
Yep.
So during this timeout, folks, a good week for Ellwood City Sports as volleyball got their first section win of the year, girls volleyball that is, against Beaver Falls. And boys golf, they're just rolling, folks. Defeated Laurel 183-197 to outright win the section back-to-back years for that. And 183 is a team course record at home Delmar. And they tied the 1996 team with the lowest score ever. So a great job by Coach
and those
there, and
those seniors, 46-11 in 4 years.
That's pretty awesome stuff. And 2, Rosansky and who else?
Biondi and Keller all qualified for individuals on, I believe, Monday.
So here we go, folks. 2nd and 17. Smiley back to pass.
Oh,
he's got some time.
Yes,
throws it down the field and just out of the outstretched arms of Dom Hogue. Good coverage there.
Yep.
I'm going to say by number 7, Zach Kuntz was there in another white shirt.
Yeah, Dom almost got the step on him, and give credit, though, no separation. And that's going to be, 3rd down and basically 18 here.
Yep.
This is a big play. You want to cut it in half or at least get something positive here for Ellwood. See what you can do.
So 55 seconds. Both teams with 1 timeout. Smiley in the shotgun, 3rd and 17. Back to pass. Tries a dump pass. Finds his man, Dom Hogue. Up the middle he goes. Finds a seam, gets a block, and stumbles his way forward. He's got enough for the first down. Wolverines with that 1 timeout. They're going to try a spike here and ball all the way down to the 19-yard line. They got to wait for the sticks to move. And spiking the ball was Tyler Smiley. So that's going to stop the clock with 39 seconds. With 39 seconds remaining. A great drive here by the Wolverines. I didn't write the time down when they started this, Brad. It was under 2 minutes, if I recall. They started this drive at the 29-yard line. 2:42 it was?
Yep, 2:42.
So Smiley, back to pass, surveys, goes down there, got his man there, and what a catch! What a catch! Daylon Curry! The ball was tipped around, and he kept his presence of mind to pull the ball in. Great coverage by the Freedom Bulldogs, but better catch by Daylon Curry.
Agreed.
Oh, my goodness.
19-yard pass play.
19-yard Smiley to Daylon. That's his second TD of the year, his 11th in his career for Daylon. He tipped it not once, not twice, but the third time he brought it in. Here's Huth. Barbecue sauce, it's good. Wolverines up 14-7. We're going to stay right here. Check out the new lights here at Ellwood City, folks. We're going to do that every time we score. What a drive for the Wolverines. You said it started with 2:42 remaining.
2:42,
10 plays, 71 yards, and all running until the last play.
Yep, there was an incomplete pass in there. Freedom used a timeout. Ellwood used a timeout. And here we go, folks. 14-7. What a great drive by the Wolverines.
Whew. And we said it, Thad, that's a big touchdown for Ellwood because they're going to be kicking off second half. It kind of sets the tone. If you can get a stop on defense early in the second half, you could possibly double them up. And it's all about momentum. It's all about momentum.
It's about momentum. It's almost, we've said this before in games, who possesses the ball last.
Yep.
Because we've seen some big plays that led to these scoring drives. We've seen some big plays that the defense was then able to stand there on both sides of the ball. Here's the run up and the kick. High end over end kick taken there at the 23-yard line. Up the middle he goes. Oh, saving tackle. Oh, Barbario was there to take down Ethan Wynn. If he doesn't do that, Wynn, he didn't have many to stop.
Ellwood player down. I believe it's Mills, but
I'm most certain that it is Mills as he was in there to try to make that tackle, and the trainer's out there attending to him.
Yeah, and he got hit down low. When he was making that tackle, it just came in and down low. That's a little bit of a stinger.
Yes, it is. He's kind of on his knees trying to get up.
Yeah.
And
there's no quitting.
There he is.
It just get hit low, and it kind of takes the wind out of you a little bit.
Yes, it does, and he's going to walk off the field. But that catch by Daylon Curry.
That's confidence for him, too.
It is, and that's just – we've seen Daylon make some great catches throughout his 4 years here at Ellwood City, but that one there was huge.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be telling you this, but I would not have expected Tyler Smiley 142 in this first half at all.
No, I would not have
else.
either. And no interceptions.
Yes.
Back to pass. Is
PJ.
Brown.
PJ giving
PJ's
chase.
giving chase. Throws it down the field. Oh, outstretched arms of
and there's
Charles Brinkle.
Yeah, there's one thing you don't do. You don't go and throw across your body back to the middle of the field. That's he got lucky.
Yes, he did. And I don't mind the Wolverines giving chase right now, but 18 seconds remaining. Both teams have one timeout remaining. I think you just kind of get that picket fence idea.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in tight now. There's the pitch out there. Waits for the block. He's going to get some steam and going to almost get enough for the first down as Caden Bailey. And they do wave the flags forward, and Freedom is going to use that last timeout.
Well, that's the only issue about a picket fence there is that you give up the first down. Yes, it's still 40-some yards away, but now with 9 seconds, you got 2 plays. You can possibly throw this one to the end zone. It's going to be an interesting play call here.
Yes, I thought that was interesting when they went on that play, on that run play there. It was all when we've seen them run 34 yards on the first offensive play of the game for Freedom to start off the game.
Both teams moving the ball fairly well. Obviously, Ellwood a little bit better, but we had almost 400 yards so far in this first half combined. Whew.
We have not said that in our first 4 games of the year.
It's been a couple weeks, yeah.
But you and I talked before the game, Brad, that we kind of thought that this could be the most competitive game of the evening.
Yeah, we're going to find out at halftime.
Yes.
I'm hoping I'm wrong because we enjoy nice, tight games at halftime, but
we'll see what else is going on across the WPIAL. Back to pass. Throws it out there. Going to be entered. Oh, no.
Nope, incomplete. Oh, my
They're
goodness.
going to call it incomplete.
Smiley almost had an
It's Tyler
interception.
Smiley, and he catches that ball. He could still be running.
It's possible. It's possible.
There was not many.
The only thing is
shirts.
there's only 4 seconds left, so he would have had to have scored, basically, but
I would have
taken the interception
I
either way.
I would have
We've been cheering him on.
taken my chances to possibly get that done. Incomplete pass stops the clock. Everything, and they're going to take a knee and be glad to go to the locker room. Great game we got so far here, folks. It's 14-7 in favor of our Ellwood City Wolverines. And Brad will compile all the stats here, and we'll change some cameras and speakers around here so you can enjoy the halftime show on this cheer night here at Helling Stadium. Enjoy halftime, folks. We'll be right back.
Sponsor and the Woodland technician Marissa Lammy and online technician Chloe Brendel. Our drug engineer Kyle Reynolds and Lycon and Audrey Mooney. We are proud to present our 2025 halftime show Just Dance Y2K. The family played collection songs all featured on the popular video game Just Dance. The band will be opening their performance with the popular 2005 hit called It's No Lie by Shakira. This song will feature a techno solo by Kyle Reynolds and enjoy this fast-paced Y2K rap pop song. R&B pop sensation. Yeah! Okay! Usher, usher! Little John! Let's enjoy life with this closer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Lincoln High School Blue Band's Fright and Fun Show. Tonight we begin with a classic from the 1986 Broadway classic. Here is our rendition of Andrew Lloyd Webber's Phantom of the Opera. No problem.
I was close to
All right, folks, welcome back. It's halftime, about a minute remaining here as we wrap things up. Third quarter about ready to start. 12 minutes up on the board. Ellwood City leading here 14-7. That big late score with just 39 seconds left. A 19-yard touchdown pass from Smiley to Daylon Curry. I believe that was his 9th or 10th officially in his career. We'll have to take a look. His 11th. I'm way off, so there you go, folks. That is why the Wolverines are up 14-7. Let's look at some halftime stats here. Everything looking pretty good for both teams, but I would say for Ellwood City, they almost got them doubled up. 107 rushing yards to 87. Here's the difference, folks. Ellwood City, 142 passing to just 38 yards. 249 to 125. Again, almost perfectly doubled up. Thad, you went and mentioned it late in the first half there during a timeout. No turnovers by both teams. Penalties kept minimal, 1 for 15 for Ellwood, 2 for 6 for Freedom. And that's why we're sitting here with a lot of yards, almost 400 yards, but still just a 14-7 game. Some individual stats across the board here. Another good first half by Richard Cureton. He needs another good half to finish this one off. 13 carries, 86 yards, an average of 6.6. Julian Frisk, 3 for 13 with 4.3 average. Dom Hogue with that fumble recovery. He got 6 yards on that advancement of the ball. Again, Ellwood, 21 carries for 107 in that first half. On the flip side, Caden Bailey has been the show. 7 carries He started off with a 36-yard carry, but after that held to just 22 yards. 7 carries, 58 total yards. Still a good average of 8.3 across the board. Carter Brown, 3 carries, 19 yards, a 6.3 carry. 17 carries for Freedom for 87, a 5.1 average. Thad, on the flip side, Ellwood, 21 carries for 107. Both teams tonight, 5.1 per carry on the ground. The difference, though, passing. Carter Brown, 4 for 7, 1 touchdown along of 16, but only 38 yards. On the flip side, Tyler Smiley, 8 of 13, 142, along of 53, and more importantly, Thad, 2 passing touchdowns to 0. That's a 2-to-0 ratio on touchdowns to turnovers. And then finally, we're going to have a 100-yard receiver, and he's already in the books with that number, Dom Hogue, 6 catches, 116, along with 53 and 1 touchdown. Daylon Curry, 1 for 19, and then Dom DiNucci, 1 for 7. Again, 8 catches, 142, and more importantly, Dom and Daylon, with that connection, 2 touchdowns, 1 apiece. So there you go. Defensively leading the charge for the Wolverines. 5 tackles so far, 1 for a loss is Colton Gullo. And on the flip side, Caden Bailey, 6 tackles for Freedom. Some out-of-town scores here in the MAC Conference. Halftime, Mohawk leads Beaver Falls. Mohawk looking to go 2-3 and 1-1 in section play. Riverside all over New Brighton. My goodness, unfortunately for New Brighton, it looks like it's going to be back-to-back losses. They're going to fall to 3-2. Riverside, scary little number there. They're 3-2, 2-0 in section play if they win. They're up 27-0 at halftime. Western Beaver starting to pull away a little bit on Union. It's 19-6. Give credit to the Union Scotties keeping it close. Again, 19-6, the Beavers. Out-of-town scores, South Allegheny all over South Park, 22-7. The Big 7. Yeah, we said it was going to be lopsided. It is 49-7. Neshannock over Northgate. That just hit halftime. So that one's pretty well wrapped up. Laurel 40-0. That wasn't even close to halftime. In fact, it was 40-0. I think that was the first quarter score. So it could be 49-0 Laurel at halftime possibly there. Shenango and Southside, they're in a barn burner here, 7-7 apiece. A tight one going on down at Southside. And finally, the last score here, Newcastle up on Knock, 20-8. Thad, we said some lopsided scores were going to happen. Give credit, though. Mohawk Beaver Falls 6-0. Southside Shenango 7 apiece. Interesting. We
both kind of predicted a close one here, and that's what we have, 14-7. Brad, hey, we want to welcome our friends at Lawrence County Sportsnet.
Yep.
They got us Dotson and the gang there. Got the red zone thing going on, and catching all the great Lawrence County teams in action tonight. So shout out to those viewing us via the red zone, via Lawrence County Sportsnet, powered by LCAP.
There you go.
So, Dotson, great job covering Lawrence County.
Oh, yeah.
Phenomenal. He's going to stick around with us, I think, because we got a good one going here. It's 14-7. Freedom will be receiving a kick. And
he waved.
He waved, and I think he was waiting for a whistle as soon as he caught it. It didn't happen, so he didn't know what to do. I can't fault the young man for moving. And he's going to get the ball with the fair catch. What? I think the officials are a little bit discombobulated.
I'm wondering if they weren't expecting that, just period.
No, and I mean, quite frankly, I thought after the last time when he fumbled it, I thought, just call for the fair catch, bud.
Well, on top of it, should be 12 minutes up on the board, but I think everybody was like, well, they didn't blow the whistle, so...
Well, I should say I did not hear the whistle. But, hey, shout out to Freedom. A nice crowd over there to watch their team tonight, and they're watching a good one. Here we go. Freedom coming out here, getting the ball. And,
Colton Gullo.
Colton Gullo,
and
TFL for a loss as he takes down Caden Bailey behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. Gullo, he's coming in here. I want to think that is his 4th tackle for a loss, 5th, 6th tackle for a loss so far on the season. And Declan O'Brien not far behind with 5.
In fact, we were talking about it right before we did the halftime stats. If you're Ellwood, you're looking to get a 3-and-out as quickly as possible, and you're trying to get that scoreboard out of reach here on defense.
Yes, you are. Now 2nd and 13. Ball on the 25-yard line. Going to try to swing it out this time. Cuts up the middle and not fooled.
No.
And a nice job there by number 4, Dom DiNucci, to take down Carter Brown. Carter Brown's having a good night, but you take out that 134-yard run.
Big difference.
The average isn't maybe what it was coming in. Came into the night averaging 8.4. The Wolverines defense is keeping it much less than that.
So here you go, folks. 2 plays, -2 yards. So 3rd down and 12. If I'm a Wolverine fan, I'm blasting this one. Let's get the crowd going. This is a big down here for Freedom right off the bat. And they're taking their time, and they're just hitting the pocket. 10 seconds remaining.
Yes, they are. Chase Leisha out
this
over
could
the ball.
be a timeout coming here.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. Trying to get, and they got to burn a timeout.
Wow.
Oh, my. You better believe Coach Ron Baylog did not want to do that. 37 seconds into this game, into this 3rd quarter, and have to blow that timeout. It is a big play. I didn't think you wanted to rush it because it wasn't set on that 3rd and 12 from the 26-yard line. Hey, folks, it's a long-time tradition here at Ellwood City, the Thursday night dinners. They've been doing it a long time. I don't have one this week. I'm sorry. You want me to get you one?
No, it's okay.
You look disappointed.
No, I was waiting for something. But
they fed Moses before he took the tablet up on the mountain. They've been doing it that long. Anyway, Thursday night dinners. I'll get more to them in a minute because it's exciting stuff. 3rd and 12 here. Ball on the 26-yard line. Handoff and went
Mills?
nowhere.
No,
Drake Davis in there for the stop on a 3rd and 12, and they lost yardage, Brad.
Wow.
Huge play. Carter Brown, there was nowhere for him to go on that as Drake Davis came from that right side. And
3 plays in the wrong direction, just like that, they're going to have to punt.
I'm thinking Reynolds was in there too.
Yep, -5 yards.
Or Patterson, I'm sorry. So 4th and 15, ball. They're going to be punting from the 23-yard line. Dom Hope back to receive that punt. Nice driving kick. Takes a Wolverine bounce, and the Wolverines are going to set up shop in their own territory at the 49.5-yard line. They couldn't have thrown it up any better. Coach Bradley would have wanted that one. That is huge. That Thursday night dinner was brought to you by Holly Ann Smiley and Kayla Barr. Had pulled chicken, I beg your pardon, because pulled chicken sandwiches, mac and cheese, and a side salad. Huge thank you, Holly Ann Smiley and Kayla Barr, for that's no small feat feeding 60 hungry young men and coaches. 1st and 10, Wolverines right at midfield in the 50-yard line. Smiley hands off to Curtin and falls his way forward for a couple. Number 26 there, Mason O'Donnell, was there to get him brought down. The one thing about the running game for the Wolverines tonight, they've done the left side, they've done the right side. They've kept a balanced attack. I think it's more out of because one has not been better than the other, but all have been effective.
Yep. And when you have a pass game that Tyler's been doing, pretty methodical so far, it keeps that balance.
2nd and 8, here's Frisk. Not even touched. Up the middle, he goes all the way down to the 31, close to the 30-yard line. He went 10 yards without being touched, Brad.
I mean, it is Drake Davis, Craig Patterson, and Nick Condell just blowing up that right side.
Wow. They're going to actually mark him down at about the 31-yard line. Pickup of
17
for Frisk. The sophomore got a little speed and burst. Hand off to Frisk again. Let's do it again. Tries this time. Falls his way forward. Brad, I said this in the first half. I'm going to say it again. These Wolverine running backs, when they're getting tackled, they're leaning forward. Yep. They're not coming back for it and getting those couple extra yards just by the way they're driving forward.
And if you're a fantasy football guy, you don't like the running back by committee. If you're a high school fan, absolutely. Give me 3 or 4 guys that can carry 4 or 5 yards. Again, Frisk now, 5 carries, 32 yards, 6.4.
Now this time Richard Curtin is in there, sidecar to Smiley, but he wants to go back to pass this time. He's looking. He's
got him.
No, he didn't. He rolls away. Almost got. He got lucky there.
Yep.
Because the backside pursuit.
Yep.
And luckily that arm was legitimately going forward for the incomplete pass. I thought we were going to be looking at a strip there for a second.
Yeah, Daylon Curry cutting up the left side. It was a slow developing play. He was open, but like you said, that defensive line, who was it, number 70?
I believe so.
The linebacker here got a little pressure. Smiley
Spiker got in there.
Smartly gets rid of it at least to live to fight another down.
Yep, 3rd and 8 now, ball on the 29. I would say we're looking at 2-down territory. Wolverines, I missed what they were on 3rd down. Curtin breaks up that right side.
Oh, go for it.
Good tackle. A great tackle there to limit that gain. Number 4, that was Caden Bailey.
Yeah, that's one there. You just want to lean forward.
Yeah,
cutting outside.
If Curtin gets past Bailey, he gets the first down.
And more.
But I want to think this Bailey, the 5'11", 170-pound junior, pretty good athlete.
Yeah, Curtin's coming off the sideline here. He's going to be subbed out, kind of putting a little pressure on that left side.
So here's Smiley. Shotgun. Back to pass. Got some time. Surveys. Looks. Goes down the field. Got his man! Oh! Just out of the outstretched arms of Daylon Curry.
Dang.
Ball
right
over
route,
on downs.
Right pass. Give credit to the offensive line. Just a step. That's one of those ones where you almost want to just float it a little bit higher.
Yep. He had to. Daylon. I'll go all Troy Aikman here. He ran a heck of a route there, Brad.
And on the flip side now, if you're Freedom, that bend don't break.
You're down by 7.
Back on offense now.
4.5-minute drive there by the Wolverines that came up empty. As Bailey drives forward for about 2. And is he a little slow? There's a Freedom Bulldog a little slow to get up.
It is number
and that's 7. Zach Kuntz has 1 reception so far here tonight. We've seen him make some tackles on defense. Hopping off the field, finds his way to the bench and getting some assistance from the trainer. So pick up a 3 there. As this time Brown under center.
Yep,
got a flag. I think we had a little a little too excited there, did one of the Freedom linemen. So that 2nd and 7 is going to bring it back to a 2nd and 12. One thing I'll say, Brad, is after the first 3 weeks of this 4 weeks, the penalties for the Wolverines, and we're not seeing many penalties from Freedom. That's been cleaned up quite a bit. The Wolverines were averaging 6 penalties a game, and their opponents were right there with them.
Yeah, nothing that stands out too much. Not really many penalties have cost any play or games for that matter, but you want to limit them now as soon as possible.
Yep. Now you're looking at a 2nd and 12, ball on a 24-yard line. Back to pass. Tries to go down deep, got his man there. He's well covered, and a diving effort by
number 4. I think it's Caden Bailey on
the
background.
Yes, it's Caden Bailey. I think came out of that backfield, and Dom Hogue covered him tighter than bolts in a submarine, and Bailey was just not able to get that ball.
So, again, last drive, 3 plays, -5 yards, 2 plays now, -2 yards. Things going in the wrong direction for Freedom. It's going to set up a 3rd down. This time they hit the pocket at the 12-second play clock.
They've already burned 1 timeout in the first minute and 20 seconds. 3, they're going to get it off. There's a handoff. Up the middle he goes, makes a man miss. Still driving his way forward as Caden Bailey going to be well short of the 1st down. As Tyler Amicone was in there to put the final lick on him. And I do believe the punt unit's coming out. So Wolverines defensively, asking you shall receive. The Freedom Bulldogs have had 2 drives so far, and they've netted 3 yards in those 2 drives.
And if you're Ellwood, once again, you get this ball with just 6 minutes left. Let's finish this one off.
In the 3rd quarter, yep. There's the kick. Oh, high, hang time. And a nice catch and well played there by Dom Hogue at the 38-yard line.
And those are the things that we don't talk about. The fundamentals. Fair catch, didn't drop it. Sure hands by Dom.
32, 33-yard punt. And talk about hang time. It's been a while since we've seen a punt have hang time like that. So Wolverines now going to set up shop. Their first drive was able to drive it down the field, but stalled out, not being able to convert the fourth down.
Now let's see if they go back to that run play again.
2 wide outs to the right now this time. Sidecar, there's a handoff to Frisk up the right side. Gets around the edge, still on his feet. He's crossed midfield. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 42-yard line. And about a 20-yard run for Frisk.
I was wondering if maybe a horse collar tackle at the end, but they're not going to call it. So, but still, a first down for Frisk.
Wow, a nice 22, 23-yard run for Frisk. As he's come out here, used in these packages a little bit more in his third quarter. We talked about this early on in the season, Brad. The 3 running backs, 3 different running styles, and right now it's working for Frisk. This time, Curitan does a nice little cut move, keeps it inside, drives his way forward, brought down by number 72, Trey Gorajewski. But going to give him a long 3 on the play. Going to bring up second down.
Officially Richard Curitan, 17 carries, 117 in the game.
And of those 117, there's no tackle for losses. There are very few tackle losses here for the Wolverines, making them manageable. Here's Smiley, going to go deep. Dom Hogue down there. Touchdown! Dom Hogue, his second of the night. 37-yard touchdown. What a throw by Smiley. Just laid it up there, and he knew where Tyler Smiley was going to, Tyler Smiley knew where Dom Hogue was going to be. He was there. Touchdown. It's 20-7 for the Wolverines. Extra point forthcoming at the 5:09 mark. That was a thing of beauty. Awaits the snap. Good snap. Oh, honey mustard, it's good. Wolverines up 21-7. We'll be right back, folks. Good. Welcome back, folks. Wolverines kicking off as they got the lead 21-7 after the Dom Hogue touchdown, high end over and kick taken there at the 36-yard line by number 7, and he runs east and west. Doesn't get very far. Did Zach Kuntz. Good to see Zach back out there. If you remember, Brad, he was a young man that was limping off the field there in that last drive. That last drive for the Wolverines, Brad, it started at
the 38.
Okay, 38.
Yep. So 3 plays, 62 yards, and obviously the big one there, passing. That's 3 passing touchdowns now for Tyler Smiley. It's all about the confidence.
We said there at halftime, Brad, boy, these close games, once you get that 2-score lead, you can't relax.
No,
the Wolverines defense has done great here in this third quarter, has held Freedom to 3 yards on 2 drives. This time back to pass, gives chase. Drake Davis, Declan O'Brien there, and he throws it out of bounds wisely. And that was Colton Gulo and Drake Davis giving chase. And Carter Brown had really no time to look downfield.
So far, Ellwood, 44 plays, 335, basically 130 yards in the second half. Freedom going in the wrong direction, just 3 yards.
Dom Hogue with 2 of them touchdown receptions tonight, and Daylon Curie. Folks, remember you can always watch these games on the Ellwood City Wolverines YouTube channel. We'll get more to that after this 2nd and 10 play. Pitches it out there. Goes as quick. Oh, he makes a man miss. Does Caden Bailey, and saving tackle there coming in was Dom DiNucci, as I thought the speedy Bailey was going to get wrapped up in the backfield, and he made that quick cut, Brad, and made it upfield enough for the first down.
Yep.
Picks up
about 12 yards there.
Yes.
So Caden Bailey now 13 carries for 73 with a long of 36. If that's the lone bright side, he's got half of Freedom's offensive yards.
So 21-7, 4:30 remaining on this clock in the 3rd quarter. Brown back to pass this time. There was a hold. Oh my goodness. Sakalicious gets in there, and who was it? Declan O'Brien came from that right side defensive end, and he gobbled him up. Carter Brown for a big-time loss of about 8 on the play. Ball all the way back to the 45-yard line. The havoc that front 4 right now is for the Wolverines.
The offense is just clicking for Ellwood, but it's all product of the defense first. And here we go again, 10 seconds on the play clock. Defense, defense, defense.
Yep, 5 seconds. 2nd and 18.
Got to get set. Oh, boy.
Nope, they didn't give it to him.
Oh, man.
They took a timeout.
They took a timeout. Oh, my. You're down by 2 scores, and you burn 2 timeouts because of just not getting out of the huddle quick enough. But, hey, I want to give a shout-out, Brad, to P.J. DuBois. We're not saying his name on the tackle side of things tonight, but he is gobbling up the center of that line, and he needs 2 people to block him, and it's given the opportunity, not taking anything away from the way Drake Davis and Patterson and O'Brien are playing. But it's just the 4 of them right now are working together as a team.
And where's most of Freedom's yardage coming from? It's usually I don't want to say a broken play, but it's a play where they're scrambling out to the left or the right and then just say, well, take it. And if it's Caden Bailey, it's following the guard who's pulling left or right. There's absolutely nothing up the middle.
And then, but then you have the speedy Colton Gulo there. He's made some nice plays coming from that.
And on top of it,
and Cam Mills.
Dom DiNucci tonight.
Yeah,
nothing in the
really
backfield, but he's got 8 or 9 tackles
really
now.
Come up
officially
and
in our
do
books.
Some things. So, 2nd and 18 now. Ball on the Freedom 45-yard line. 2 wide outs to the left this time. Back to pass. Throws it out there. Got a man wide open. It's one number 26. He's down that left sidelines. He's all the way going to be down to about the. He's still on his feet. Cuts back into the field of play. And he's going to be into the end zone. Oh, my.
Yep.
Flag.
A flag on the play, and that is going to be tough for that young man to watch on film come tomorrow morning because he blocked in the back and did not need to.
And they just threw another flag, so there may be 2 flags on this.
A huge play there. Who caught number 26?
Number 26, Mason
O'Donnell.
So it's
going
to be
a long way.
Yeah, it's going to be a first down, but it's going to be a block in the back or a side block there.
But then you said a second flag came in?
Well, there was another flag that was dropped. I don't know if it was the same or not.
There's 2 right there.
Yeah, they dropped 3 technically. 1 was picked up real quick. I think it's just a product of the same foul, but.
I mean, Ray Charles could have seen that block.
Just a little bit.
So we'll wait to see what the officials got figured out. There's 2 fouls on the play.
There you go. Block in the back.
Black.
I want to say there's going to be a personal foul. Yep, unsportsmanlike. Yep, there you go. Oh, unsportsmanlike on the coaches because apparently they went on the field. And they are pointing like crazy.
Yeah, they are.
That's crazy. Woo.
Yeah, they're.
Yikes.
So they're going to mark off the 15 yards for the illegal block in the back.
Yowzer. And now they're going to mark it back. So it's going to be nothing basically here.
Yeah. And that hurts because you had them. Well, I guess it was maybe a 15 and then a 10.
15 and a 15, yeah.
And a 10 because the ball's now back at the 10-yard line. So 1st and goal from the 10 for the Freedom Bulldogs, taking that touchdown. That would have been about a 53-yard touchdown play that was taken off the books with the illegal block in the back inside the 5-yard line, and that 15-yard penalty. And then the way I see it, Brad, the way they pointed, they didn't even point to the Ellwood defense side of the ball. They pointed to the coaching staff on the sidelines. And reading the body language of the coaches, there was some anyway, first and 10, handoff there to number 26. Pulls his bowling his way up through there. Gang tackled there was Mason O'Donnell. And what a turn of events here at just about 3 minutes left remaining. Wolverines up 21-7. Going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Ball on now the 7-yard line. And it's too bad that penalty on that play was against the Wolverines, because that would have had the freedom all the way back at the 20-yard line. Nonetheless, we play on. 2nd and goal from the 7. Hand off there around the left side. Gobbled up there. Going to get down to the 5 was Caden Bailey. Or was that Shearing?
No, you're right.
Sorry,
Bailey. My apologies.
So, Wolverines kind of defense here. Bend but do not break, as we're now 3rd and goal from the 5. The Wolverines get a stop here. It is huge. They got to stop them 2 more times. Got 1 wide out far to the right, 2 in the backfield. Going to pass it. Gives chase. Oh, taken down! Declan O'Brien. Colton Gulo in there on a 3rd and 7. Sack him all the way back at the 12-yard line. It's 4th down, folks. And I tell you what, Declan O'Brien, I said this last year, Brad, he was my defensive player of the year. Nobody else agreed with me, but I'm still going to stand by that. How do you not block him?
Yeah. And you know what he's going to do every time. He's literally going to blitz all day.
I mean, the kid's had a nose for the ball since 9th grade, and he gets unblocked. And as Brown tried to stop, get around him, Gulo was there to take him off. 4th and 13, huge play here. Back to pass. Surveys, goes it down there. Oh, what a catch. Touchdown, wow. Mason O'Donnell, as Tyler Amicone went to try to tip that ball. And O'Donnell alertly caught that ball in traffic into the end zone for the 13-yard touchdown. And Amicone down on the ground.
It's going to be a cramp issue for Amicone.
And I tell you what a dart thrown by Carter Brown that time.
That's a sophomore throwing that ball.
Just going to say the same thing. Carter Brown, the sophomore, got it in there.
We don't have a tight side from the end zone, but my goodness, I mean, that was inches.
Yep.
So precise.
Yep. And once again, on that particular play, he had pursuit coming once again. I want to think it was from Declan O'Brien. I mentioned this earlier, folks. You want to go back and check all this great action, you can check it out at EC Wolverines YouTube channel. I'm getting a little better at putting these plugs in.
Good
you
plug.
Know, I'm
good
trying
plug,
here.
I guess.
So, and Ellwood City Wolverines Facebook page, Brad's Twitter account. That's at Brad Winhorst. So, Tyler, that was a cramp, kind of walking off the field in his own power. So, now Freedom Bulldogs down 21-13, trying to make this a 1-possession game. As Judarowski comes out to kick, Riley Henley with the hold. And once again, we've seen more flags on the extra points tonight as encroachment by the Wolverines. They'll move it a little closer. Zach Kuntz comes back in. I think they only had 10 people on the field.
I was just going to say.
Because nobody left. So, awaits the snap. Good snap. Kick is counted. It's good. 21-14, folks. Favor the Wolverines. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks, as the Freedom Bulldogs scored on 8 plays, 59 yards, capped off by the 14-yard. That was another fourth down score. Here we get run up in the kick, and that's going to be taken there at about the 9-yard line by Dom Hogue. Got ahead of steam. Right up the middle he goes. Makes a man miss. Pinballs his way forward all the way up to the 45-yard line. I thought he was dead in the water about the 25-30, and he kept the legs a churning, did Dom Hogue. He's having a night, as Finn Hershey, number 23, brings him down. So Wolverines now coming back out on offense.
That was a 35-yard return. That's a big one. With 1:03 left here in the third quarter, setting up the Wolverines, I would assume, run the ball.
Tyler Smiley in the shotgun. Richard Curtin to his right, and he gets the ball. Rolls his way forward, run it, and he does. Gets about 9, close to 10. Going to be just a little bit short of the first down. Number 14, Riley Henley.
Flip it around, 51.
51.
Zayshawn Williams.
Yep. I saw 14 down on the ground.
So now on this 2nd and 1 in Freedom Bulldog territory. Smiley, hands off there this time. Curtin going to get the first down. Needed 1, got about 3. Big number 72 in there to bring him down. Said his name a lot tonight, Troy Gorajewski. So the Wolverines with another first down.
And I think that will be the last play of the third.
I do believe, folks. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got ourselves a one-score ball game with the Wolverines leading 21-14. We'll be right back for the fourth quarter action of this section game. Welcome back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Sit tight. We got a great fourth quarter of action coming to you here. Wolverines up 21-14, 1st and 10. Wolverine ball at the Freedom 43-yard line. Smiley hands it off there and hit hard. Oh, came in for the big-time hit. Was Gorajewski. And that was Curtin on a run.
Frisk, I'm
sorry. Seeing Frisk and Curtin kind of sharing carries here in this second half of play. A nice pickup of 7 there, bringing up a 2nd down and 3. Man in motion. Haven't seen much motion tonight as Daylon Curie comes across the line. But a high snap, hands off there to Frisk again. And going to get his feet taken out from underneath him as he tried to step over Mason O'Donnell. Mason O'Donnell with that touchdown catch there to get the Freedom Bulldogs within 1 score. Picked up about 1.
Yep.
Going to bring up a critical 3rd down and 2. Wolverines 2 for 7 on 3rd down so far this evening. You would like to improve upon that right here. 2 wide outs, far side left. Hand off to Curtin. Gets the first down and more as he carried Mason O'Donnell on his back for about 2 yards. O'Donnell does bring him down, not after the first down carry, and gets it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Just chewing the clock now.
Yes, they are. 10:35 remaining. These long drives are great, but you need to score to finish them out. Now Smiley shotgun. Oh, that time, nothing going there. Big hit by number 44. Charles Brunkel took down, was that Barbario in the backfield for a loss of about 3.
And Barbario is not somebody that you just take down lightly, so give credit. 44, Charles Brankel. That's a big tackle.
Brankel 6'1", 210. He looks like he's 6'3", quite honestly. But loss of 2. Not many negative plays for the Wolverines tonight. You don't want that to be habit forming here in this fourth quarter of play. Now 2nd and 12. 5 on the play clock. 2 wide outs to the left. Smiley, hand off to Curitan, bounces off the left side, lowers his head, and meets some stiff resistance there by about 5 white shirts from Freedom. Curitan not going to get much. Going to get it to the 30-yard line officially.
Okay, Thad, I'm calling this one. I saw a number go out there that you haven't seen tonight, number 17. Big boy freshman Cam Hockenberry, 6'3", 6'2" frame out there. You never know. Just keep an eye on number 17 for Ellwood.
Yep, he had two big catches last week in that final drive for the Wolverines. Found a way to step it up. Got Dom Hogue near side. Hockenberry and Daylon Curie out to the left. Smiley back to pass. Makes the first man miss. Throws it out there. Finds his man. That's Hockenberry. He's going to be short of the first down, but he takes that 3rd and 11 and gets it down to about a 4th and I'm going to call it a long 3, Brad. Wolverines 2 for 5 on 4th down so far here this evening. As we sit here, 4th and I'm going to call it 4. Ball sitting right there on the 22-yard line.
And it's not really necessarily the play of the game here, but this could be another 4 minutes off that clock, so this is crucial.
Yes, it could. Everything in tight for the Wolverines.
Wildcat with Mills.
Mills gets the ball, falls his way forward. It's going to be dependent upon the spot. When the sideline official came in, it looked short, Brad.
Yep.
And by the Freedom coaches down to our left, they did not get what they needed to get the first down. Wolverines now 2 for 6 on 4th down. Once again, ball over on downs. 8:38 remaining. Lots of time here in a one-score game, 21-14. But remember, Brad, Freedom had to use them 2 timeouts. And I'm betting if you're Coach Baylog, you won all you could. Oh, just missed him. Up that right side, and a nice straight round the right side run there by Caden Bailey.
Mills with the tackle.
Yep.
Right.
So Cameron Mills gets in on the tackle after the Wildcat offense there. Pickup of about 6 yards. Again, if there's anything going well for Freedom, it's Caden Bailey, 15 carries, 81 yards.
So now a 2nd down and 5. Ball on the 26-yard line. Wolverines defense needs a stop here as we approach 8 minutes remaining in the ball game. This time he gets him in the backfield.
Is that Dom?
Takes him down.
Nope,
no, that is Colton Gullo, and another tackled for a loss. A huge play for Colton on that 2nd down. Going to bring up a 3rd down now in about 7, maybe 8 yards. As Gullo came in from that linebacker position and was able, and that's really one of the things you got to do with Bailey, and Colton's done it a couple times tonight. You get him low and you get him down because he gets that next step, that gain back to your line of scrimmage turns into 6, 3rd and 8. All kind of misdirection, and they take it up the middle this time, and that was a whole new running back.
No, I think it was Caden. Nope. Yeah, it is Caden.
Yep, it was. I thought looked a little different there as everything got spinning around in the back, but he needed 8 and got 7. So big 4th down play here for the Bulldogs. Big play from the defense. Cam Mills out there getting his team fired up on this 4th and 1. Everything in tight, 3 running backs. Tush push goes forward.
I don't think he got it.
I don't think he got it. No, he did not. Are you kidding me? Wow. I don't know who all was in there.
That defensive line.
Drake Davis just put a big old asterisk beside Drake Davis, P.J. Du Bois, Declan O'Brien. Wow.
My goodness.
Now the turntables have turned, Brad. They took that 4th and 1 and got them stopped. That's possession by the Wolverines, got stopped.
Keys of the game next week have to be 4th down. This is insane.
Yes, it is.
This is insane. What is that, 3 weeks in a row? 4 weeks in a row now.
Yep.
My goodness.
Yeah, we've had games basically won and lost on 4th down.
Jeez.
So 1st and 10, Wolverines from the 29, 6:47 remaining. Smiley's going to be under center this time. Richard Curtin behind him is tailback. Pitches it out there. Gets ahead of steam. And great play there defensively by number 14, Riley Henley. He came about 20 yards full head of steam. And I thought Curtin was maybe going to be able to shake and bake out of there. But Henley was there to get him stopped for a loss of 2 on the play. No sense of urgency making a play here for the Wolverines. A running clock is their best friend, leading 21-14. Second and 11. Play clock hitting about 10. There it is. 3 wideouts left, 1 to the right. Passing look for the Wolverines. Smiley back. Dumps it under there to Dom Hogue. And this time comes all the way across the field.
Goodness.
He's at the 25. He's got a blocker. 20, 15. Taken out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
Wow.
What a play by Dom Hogue.
Oh, man. All the way 57 yards to the far side, all the way this side. What a first down.
He really caught that ball. It basically, I think it was about the line of scrimmage. Came across the field, but kind of going upfield the whole way. And I want to think it was Patterson that gave him one of them key blocks going down that sidelines to spawn him them extra 8 yards. It's 1st and 10, ball in the 14, 5:34. Smiley, shotgun. Curtin to his right. Frisk to his left, hands off. Curtin got some blockers, follows Patterson up there. He's going to get down to about the 10.5-yard line for the Wolverines. Going to give them a pickup of about 3, so it's going to be 2nd down and 7.
Most important thing, that clock is rolling. Under 5 now.
So on this 2nd and 7, ball on the 11-yard line, they can get a first down, Brad.
4 wide receivers.
Yep, 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Ball right in the middle of the field. Handoff, Curtin makes the first jump. Up the middle he goes. Going to fight for it, and he's going to get down to about the 1-yard line. Picked up 10 yards. It's now 1st and goal from the inside the 1-yard line. And they're taking a look at Vinny Curie. The official saw something. And they're working on, it looks to be just a cramp on the sidelines for Vinny. I don't know if the official saw something.
I think it's when he it was a low tackle down low, and Vinny got hit low, and he kind of leaned back, and I think the official said, all right, just go.
Yep. So 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Curtin in the backfield to the left of quarterback Smiley. Handoff Curtin. Touchdown! Wolverines up by 2 scores. It's 27-14 as Curtin takes it into the end zone with the 1-yard plunge at the 4:11 mark for the Wolverines. The Wolverines defense stopped the Freedom Bulldogs on 4th and goal. They were 1 for 2 on the night, or 1 for 3. Now made them 1 for 4. They drive it 29 yards into the end zone. Here's the extra point. And it is honey mustard. It's good. 28-14 in favor of the Wolverines. Folks, we're going to take a breath. Be right back. Welcome back, folks. Wolverines up 28-14. What a ball game, Brad. We thought it would be good, and it has not disappointed. Here's a run-up and a kick by Huth. And I want to think somebody's probably offsides when that happened. That drive by the Wolverines.
Well, I don't think there's a flag. I think it's just reset. I don't think the officials were ready.
Okay.
Because he has the point. Now we're good. Now, there we go. There's the whistle.
There we go. Here's the run-up and the kick. They're taken at about the 26-yard line by number 10. Up the middle he goes and bottled up there by 3 Wolverines.
Declan O'Brien.
Yep. That's the first number I saw, too, is Declan O'Brien as Garrett Jatorski with that return gets it out to the 40-yard line. So I got to give one more shout-out. The Roth family, Denise Roth, brought us some baked goods up here. They are awesome, and it's obviously Brad has not seen the plate yet. It is so obvious he has not seen the plate yet.
Oh, boy.
You probably won't ever eat a cookie off that plate. Think about where her son swims college.
No.
So
she told me somewhat indirectly.
You get to take the plate home. I'm taking some of the cookies back to pass. Got his man. Nice catch.
Wow. What a pass.
Yeah, what a pass. And a great catch by Zach Kuntz. Daylon Curie was there. I'm telling you what, Brad, this Carter Brown kid, sophomore, he might be fun to watch here for the next couple years.
Else, yeah.
He can throw a dart. 3:50 remaining.
You know, Freedom likes that T formation, but I would assume passing out of the backfield here for
now
West
they're
Elm.
kind of got to be in this hurry up. But, you know, we've seen Carter Brown break some runs tonight. Here's almost intercepted. Oh, good gravy. Tyler Smalley.
That's
his second one tonight. Maybe that's why he's quarterback and not a wide receiver.
But keep him out there. He's obviously doing something on defense.
He's where he needs to be. And that time kind of playing, I think he's in that, like what they call that Wolverine position that they kind of coined here a couple years ago. But incomplete pass stops the clock at the 3:34 mark. 2nd and 10, ball on the Wolverines' 42-yard line. Back to pass is Brown. Throws it out there, and Bailey was unable to get his hands on it. Ball falls incomplete. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
That may be the first time tonight where Carter Brown just didn't set his feet, threw it way behind. Give credit, though, Declan was coming off the edge once again.
Yes, he was. So, busy week next week, folks. We got home volleyball games.
Tuesday, Thursday,
Shenango and Rivell, Riverside Thursday. We've got middle school football Wednesday night at Shenango.
And then Friday at New Brighton.
We'll be at the New Brighton. Back to pass. Throws it down there. Oh, off the fingertips of Caden Bailey. Almost had the tip drill there going on, but nobody was around where it was falling. Big 4th down here. Unofficially, Brad, I got Freedom at 1 for 4 on 3rd downs tonight. On 4th downs, I'm sorry. So a big-time play here. Should I say it now, Brad?
1 of 9 on 3rd downs. This is big.
Yep.
But you know it. It's 2 down territory.
It's 4th down now.
It's 1 down territory.
So I wondered where you were going with that. So here come the Wolverines.
Oh
no.
Come on, Cureton, too far, man.
Encroachment as Cureton came in there. I think he was trying to do the intimidation factor. Coming up to that line. That 4th and 10 now just become a 4th and 5. Either way, huge play. If you're a Freedom fan, it's a huge play. If you're a Wolverines defense fan, it's a huge play. 4th and 5. Back to pass.
Declan just got held.
He got held. Haven't called
How's that not called?
Goes forward, and he's going to have enough for the 1st down.
That's wild.
As Cam Mills was there to finally bring down Carter Brown. But I'll tell you, folks, in most leagues, if you see the jersey being tugged, you get called for holding. We have yet to see a holding call in this game. We don't say that very often in a high school. And sometimes there's too many. I'm not saying that.
Right. Well, the old adage, there's a holding every down. I get it.
Right. But
when you see a jersey move like that.
On a 4th and 5, and they got the 1st down.
The 39 turned into like a 3.
Yes. So 1st and 10, 2:52 remaining. Carter Brown back to pass. Surveys. He's going to run up in the pocket and going to be, hit there. A couple flags come in as Richard Curtin takes him down with authority. That play's going to get worse because there's the hold.
There was unofficially 3 flags down.
Yeah, but see, they haven't called any holds, so they threw 3 flags on one of them.
Don't want to deem makeup call, but they may have heard us. Yeah, the mics
I
may
don't
be
like
mic'd
to give
up.
myself too much credit, but maybe they're hearing us. They said, "Did you hear we didn't hear any colds yet tonight?" So, knock off 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. So brings up a 1st and 20, ball in the 38. 2:36. Remember, Freedom just with that one timeout. Using them too. He just gets to the huddle with about 11 seconds left on the clock. So 1st and 20, ball in the 38.
2, 1.
They do get it off. Goes back to pass. There's
off.
an interception.
I like that. Just drop to the ground. Who is it? You
By
get it.
number 3, Tyler Amicone. Let's do it 2 weeks in a row, big guy. Gets the big touchdown last week. Seals the deal here basically for the Wolverines as they're up 28-14. And Tyler gets the interception. 2:12 remaining here in this contest. Wolverines now, Freedom can really only stop the clock one time. Basically, the Wolverines 1 first down away from sealing this baby.
Give me 1 yard.
There's your 1 yard
Yes.
and more. Frisk gets it into midfield at the 50-yard line. He picks up 11. He's going to have a heck of an average for the night, and that officially takes the Wolverines. I'll let you do it, Brad.
Over 400 yards on the evening. What a night.
So stick around, folks. We will have all the stats after the conclusion of this game.
26 on the tackle, Brad.
Thank you, Mason O'Donnell.
There's a handoff. Frisk dancing around there and gets some positive yardage up to about 6 yards. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4. Tell you, this Freedom team's pretty good, Brad.
Yes.
They came in here 3-1, and you know you're still early enough in the season. Who did they play? Who did they beat? How good are they? And they gave the Wolverines a fight tonight. Wolverines just had a little bit more. There's Frisk once again.
Whoa! Juking and jiving.
Spinorama.
Hit that circle
Get the
button.
first down, folks. As Frisk gets enough for the first down, gets the ball down to the 36-yard line. We got 1 minute and 6 seconds left to go in this contest. Wolverines up 28-14.
Just needs 11 yards, and we got 2 over 100.
This time gives it to Curtin. Up the middle he goes, and he's going to get all the way down to the 26-yard line. He got 10. Curtin over 100 yards for the night. Frisk knocking at the door, and Dom Hogue over 100 yards receiving. Curtin with a touchdown tonight. Dom Hogue with a couple touchdowns tonight. And you're going to see this highlight reel. We'll have it
Everywhere.
out there. I know Dotson and the crew will have it out there.
Beyond the scoreboard, for sure.
Beyond the scoreboard Wednesday night. Check that show out, folks. Dotson does a great job covering all Ellwood City, all Lawrence County schools and teams. So keep apprised of all the action.
It looks like it'll be a kneel
I
down.
think we're going to take a kneel and call this game for the Wolverines. 28-14, Wolverines win. Big game. What a game, Brad.
Yep.
It had a little bit of everything in it. A well-played game by both teams. When have we said this? No turnovers.
No turn.
By
well,
either.
Well, the interception.
Interception.
Yeah.
Interception at the end. But what a game by the Wolverines. Brad, I know you're going to be compiling stats here. Man, if you have to pick an MVP for the Wolverines tonight.
There's 4 of them.
I know.
5 of them almost.
That's where I was going to go with it.
You got Daylon Curry. You got Dom Hogue. You got Tyler Smiley. You've got Richard Curtin. You can
Curtin
even
having
go
over 100
Julian
yards.
Frisk. I'm going to go with the meat because their book on Freedom was the meat of the line was big. And I tell you what, Ellwood said, move over, baby. We're a little bit better. And they dominated the offensive defensive line, and, well, you come out. Nothing pretty, 28-14. We'll take that any day. You double up the scoreboard. So, folks, we'll take a timeout here. We'll take a little break. We'll get some final stats, get a couple out-of-town scores, and we'll wrap things up here from Helling Stadium. Stay with us, folks. Ellwood by 14. All right, folks, welcome back here to Helling Stadium. Final score, Ellwood City Wolverines double up the Freedom Bulldogs, 28-14. So we'll put it in the sticker column here. Ellwood City will improve to 3-2, but more importantly, 2-0 in section play. Unfortunately for the Freedom Bulldogs, they will now fall to 1-1 in section play. Some final stats here from the game. I'm on your screen now. 28-14 was the final score. Rushing yards, everything. Wolverines doubled up 230 to 109. Passing yards, 203 to 119. The total yardage, 433 to 228. There's that last interception by Tyler Amicone. The one turnover there for the Bulldogs. Penalties, 4 for 26. Penalties for Freedom, 5 for 31. A beautiful night for football, but more importantly, a really good night for the team in blue and white. Some individual stats here. Richard Cureton, have a day, folks. 25 carries, 134, one touchdown, an average of 5.4, and he only lost 2 yards on the night. So 134, everything positive for the Wolverines. Julian Frisk, 11 carries, 89 yards, just 11 short. But more importantly, He had an 8.1 average. Total, Ellwood, 44 carries for 230 in the game, 1 touchdown. At halftime, 5.1 per carry. At the end of the game, 5.2, an improvement of 0.1. And that could be the telling of this game, Thad. If you look at rushing for Freedom, Caden Bailey, 17 carries, 84 yards. Carter Brown, 7 for 12. As a team, 32 carries, 109. That 5.1 average at halftime dipped all the way down to just 3.4. Passing for the Bulldogs, 7 for 16, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception was Carter Brown. Along the 50 to Mason O'Donnell, he finishes with 119. On the flip side, have a day, my goodness, Tyler Smiley, 11 of 18, 203, not 1, not 2, 3 passing touchdowns on the evening, along a 53. Mason O'Donnell, 2 catches for 63 yards, 1 touchdown. Zach Kuntz, 2 for 30. Caden Bailey, 3 for 26. Thad, I'm going to name it. It's already done. It's the MVP, Dom Hogue. I just now saw his receptions. I didn't even know this. 8 receptions, 169.
Wow.
2 receptions, and a long of 53. And we haven't talked about the kickoff returns just yet. Daylon, 1 catch only, but a big one for 19 yards and a touchdown. He's now got 11 in his career. Cam Hockenberry, 1 for 8, and Dom DiNucci, 1 for 7. Again, Dom, 8 catches for 169 tonight. And that 1 kickoff return for Dom, 36 yards. So if you combine those numbers, folks, 36 with that 169. And don't forget, he also had 6 yards because of the fumble recovery and advancement. You're talking just over 210-some yards, total yards on offense for the Wolverines. Some individual stats on defense. Colton Golo, 9 tackles tonight, 3 for loss and a sack. Cameron Mills, 8 tackles. And then Declan O'Brien, 7 tackles, 2 for a loss, and 1.5 sacks on the evening, a minus 15. Obviously, Tyler Amicone, 2 tackles with that final interception. A bunch of things going in favor of the Wolverines. On the flip side, Caden Bailey, 10 tackles on the evening for the Freedom Bulldogs. Again, Ellwood outgains the Freedom Bulldogs 433 to 228. Dom Hogue, over 200 offensive yards with the kickoff return, the fumble recovery for 6 yards advancement, and 169 receiving yards. All right, folks, last thing here, and Thad, you're going to send us out here. Some final scores around the area. A final at Beaver Falls, Reeves Field, and Geneva College. The Tigers upset Mohawk 8-6. Wow! What a finish. Don't have an update on Riverside, but they were up 27-0 on New Brighton, so we assume that Riverside won that one. Getting close to the end of that one in the fourth quarter, Western Beaver up 32-14 on Union. And some out-of-town scores. Woo! South Allegheny, folks, they're the real deal. A 56-7 spanking of the South Park Eagles, 56-7. And Neshannock beats Northgate late there, 55-21. Laurel was up at halftime, 40-0. They win 40-0 over Rochester. Southside, 2 scores in the second half. That one's coming down to the late seconds. Southside up on Shenango, 21-7. And Newcastle, correction on their score, they were up 38-0 in late quarter 3. Thad, 8-6, Beaver Falls over Mohawk.
That, it's hard to talk a lot about playoffs in the early goings with just two weeks into conference play, but either way, you feel really good going in at 2-0. Starting that off at 2-0. And we're going to continue that conference play next week as we go down and take on the New Brighton
Lions.
Oh, joke. With the crew here, and keep apprised of everything. Brad's going to have all these updates. I can tell you, Brad will go home, rewatch this game. I'll wake up 5:30 tomorrow morning, and I'll look at my phone, and it will say, Thad, I'm sorry for the late text, but yada, 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 yada. And I will look and see that it's 3:25 in the morning. So he will go home and redo the stats of this game to make sure he's right. He does a fantastic job doing the stats and getting everything pushed out there for everyone to see. So thank you, Brad, for doing all that. And if I don't respond at 3:30 in the morning,
oh, I understand.
You understand.
I wouldn't either.
If it's an emergency, call. Yeah. But with that, folks, next week, Tuesday night, Thursday night, we got girls volleyball from the Big Gym home games, and Wednesday night middle school football down at up the road at Shenango. And then, of course, Friday night we'll be coming to you from. Are you guys doing the soccer game tomorrow?
We will not be. That is at Mohawk.
Okay, the game, soccer team at Mohawk tomorrow at noon. I believe that is. But Brad will certainly have updates for that.
And a big update, no JV tomorrow. No JV game,
no JV tomorrow with that. So with that, folks, everybody.
One thing real quick. Also, next Wednesday is the Lawrence County Band Festival.
Oh, yes.
Lawrence County Sports Net will be covering that, I'm sure. I'll be there with the band chaperoning them. So.
Okay, and that is at Newcastle?
Yeah, at Taggart Stadium.
At Taggart Stadium. I'm assuming 7 o'clock?
I think so.
Yep, Brad will have it out there.
Yep.
And, hey, a huge thank you to Dotson and the crew at Lawrence County Sports Net for covering the bands at the band festival. They'll have many different camera angles for you to check out. So support the bands and go to the stadium. If you can't, be sure to watch it out. Check Dotson and the crew out at Lawrence County Sports Net. So with that, Cash Bash next Saturday. The car show on Main Street next Saturday. Make it a great weekend of Ellwood City, folks. So with that, on behalf of Dakota Marshall, the cameraman, Brad Windhorst, the man that knows all, the man with the plan, the man that can do anything, and myself, Thad Sturgeon, we hope you've enjoyed this broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you. Good night, everybody.